Well, guys, it's been a minute since I've weighed in. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a couple weeks, and hmm, today's like February 5th, so however long that's been. And I have been weighing myself behind the scenes, and I have to make a confession. I have gained a couple of pounds. Not only did I stop working out because I'm a slacker, but the Impossible Whopper at Burger King kind of like went on sale too. And I have been eating them a whole lot. And I'm not even gonna lie, the thought even crossed my mind to pull a trick like my mom used to do when I was a kid. like, I guess that should come with an explanation. So when I was a teenager, I worked at McDonald's, and um, my mom would come through the drive-through. They had this sale going on where the hamburgers were like, I don't know, 20 cents or something, maybe a quarter. It was like super cheap. So my mom would buy them in bulk. She'd show up, she'd order like 50 burgers and go home and stick them in the freezer, and that's what me and my sisters lived off of, that and ramen noodles. And I worked there, and so when people would be like 50 burgers, because you could hear it over the loudspeaker, they'd be like, what the hell's up with this woman? And I was like, I don't know, that's that crazy lady coming back again. And you know um yeah, so I almost pulled a Jane and did just that, but I did not. um I practiced a little bit of self-control, surprisingly. And now, don't get me wrong, the Whoppers, I I know you can't eat them with Burger King's mayonnaise, and I mean I don't like it with onions either, so of course I don't get that either. But I would bring my own mayo and put my own mayo on it, so it was actually vegan, to my knowledge. And so, you know, um, I don't know. It's sometimes I like to act like because it's vegan, it's healthy, even though I know that's not always the case. And I'm just glad that I did not pull a Jane and bring home 50, because they started at like $6 or $7 a piece, and now they're like three. They're like two for six. So that's three, and it was tempting, and I thought about it, and so that's a good thing. On the other hand, I have been noticing that I am turning into my mother in other ways. You know, both my sisters picked up this whole crazy plant lady Jane from her, especially my middle sister. She works in a nursery. You go to her house and there's plants everywhere, and I get in trouble for touching them and stuff sometimes, especially if I bring my dog over. But anyhow, uh, and then the youngest sister is raising a whole bunch of succulents for her wedding that's coming up. So, I figured it was just my two sisters that picked up on that gene, but I noticed that I apparently have a problem too. And my mom wasn't this crazy plant lady. There wasn't like plants everywhere, but she would do other weird things, like, she'd pick me up from a friend's house, and we get like two houses down. So we're right there in an area where I can easily be embarrassed in front of my friends. And she would pull over and she'd be like, wait, look at all those bags with leaves in it. And I would become a second rate citizen to the bag of leaves. The leaves, I would have to get out, load up. They got to ride shotgun. I'd be stuck in the back seat. And, uh, you know, because mom had to bring them home for her compost. And maybe she was a crazy dirt lady. But anyhow, and then I noticed that my truck hasn't left the driveway. in about a month, uh, maybe. Because I've got like 250 plants in the back of it. Now, granted, these are all things I'm gonna eat that are growing in there. But the fact that I've turned my truck into one big giant planter, I think signifies that there's a problem. uh, now, I do move the truck, I'm not neglecting it completely. I pull it forward in the daytime so the plants can get some light, and then I back it back into the driveway at night so they're shielded from the cold because we've been having some little cold fronts come through. And yep, I hear it. It sounds crazy. I get it. There's a problem there. So apparently, even though I'm not buying sandwiches in bulk, burgers in bulk, I'm definitely, definitely getting a little crazy with the plants. But this is future food. I feel like it's an investment. It's an investment in my lack of hunger in the future. So, yeah. Cheers to turning into your mother.